suppose, Les, there's this Newcastle connection we've got to talk about. That must be a big help to both of you being here.
Yeah, of course. You know, everybody's been well documented and everybody's seen for themselves that the crosses that David supplied for me in the first season at Newcastle and the goals I scored off the end of it. So we're hoping that we can resume that partnership and bring some success to Tottenham. And
David, I mean, you seem to be fairly good friends off the field, which must be a help as well.
Very friends of what?
Off the field.
Yeah. I think he's a good lad. So, you know, it's very easy to be a friend of him, but obviously we must be closer on the pitch, and if we got some good relationship together, I think we have to work hard for that and to look forward for result, and our partnership is very important, and obviously the team as well.
2 days before our opening fixture with Manchester United, our third new signing was introduced to the press. Brought for £1.6 million from Sporting Lisbon, Portuguese international Jose Dominguez.
I just feel like what I've seen him is a very exciting player. You probably haven't seen a lot about him, but he goes past people as if they're not there. He's got great pace, great control, and when you talk about material to use to work with, obviously he's very exciting. You can understand why the supporters have always liked him wherever he's been, because he is that type of a player.
Approaching 4 o'clock on Sunday, August the 10th, Martin Tyler is in his position alongside the cameras. The team's come out onto the White Hart Lane pitch for our first opening fixture at home since 1990. Then it was Manchester City. Today it's the league champions Manchester United. And there was a big surprise for one Spurs player making his Premiership debut after playing so well in pre-season. A proud day for 19-year-old Stephen Clements and for father Ray, who of course served the club so well in the 80s. And with England managers past and present in the crowd, it was a day to remember for Stephen.
And here the movement comes from Ferdinand. Can he reach it? Jonsson gets there.
Well defended, Ronnie Jonsson, Martin. Well defended, sir. Brilliant run from Ferdinand. He took Pallister's shot, spun in behind him. Look at him, there he goes. And had the ball not had so much angle on it, it really would have favoured Ferdinand. Too much angle on the ball here, just gives Jonsson the chance. Had it been down the right side, more inside right, and you can bet your life Ferdinand would have been favourite. That's good covering.
Here's Carr, a chance to whip it in early. Howell's going in. It came off Owen in the end, it's a corner.
I think Pallister touched it, Martin. I thought Howells had this. I think he did. I'm not so sure, is it Pallister or Jonsson who just get a touch on it? So it's not, it's Ferdinand. Someone just touched it ahead of Howells.
Extra applause for Nielsen from the Tottenham faithful for dispossessing their former favourite. That goes Irwin. Oh, and Schmeichel dallied, and then snatched it back from Ferdinand. My goodness.
Got lucky. It's fortunate it bounces so high, Martin. Great example, and nothing like a lost cause. And had it not bounced so high, had come down a bit earlier, Schmeichel wouldn't have got across and got up and grabbed it. Little fortunate.
Tottenham are furious, they've defended so well, and then suddenly those defenders were conspicuous by their absence, and Nicky Butt buried it.
Well, it's a block tackle here, as it drops to Sheringham, backs a little bit together, no one's really marking him. Vega gets attracted to Sheringham, and when he does so, if the ball arrives at Nicky Butt, he's got time. These are the
United with their first Premiership goal of the new campaign.
Well, as you said, one more and they're in a very familiar...
Yeah.
Well, it's incredible, isn't it, football? Absolutely incredible. To be fair, they're absolutely no man's land. Had the ball been... You watch the amount of space Giggs is in, look at that. Doesn't quite get a touch. Vega just reacts to Giggs missing it and just tucks it past the act. Well, although Manchester United have looked the most likely second half for the majority, Tottenham have defended so well.
When did you actually know you were going to be playing?
About an hour before kick-off, Jerry just announced the team, and I was in it, but I was really nervous before the game, but then once I started getting changed and that, I was all right.
Stephen was on the bench the following Wednesday as we travelled to East London to face West Ham. This fixture last season saw us losing a 7-goal thriller 4-3. Another bumper scoreline looked on the cards as the Hammers took an early lead.
Lazaridis showing good pace, stretching the Tottenham defence, and he's found Hartson. And the best possible start for West Ham. The worst possible start for Tottenham Hotspur. 4 minutes on the clock. Lazaridis got away. His centre picked out John Hartson. And where was the defence? No mass chasing this one. Campbell's with him though. And Sol Campbell snuffs out the danger. But isn't moving too easily as he picks himself up. And the last thing Tottenham want is another injury. Well, it looks like Campbell will have to go off. Stephen Clements prepares to come on and take his place. So a big disappointment for Sol Campbell and Tottenham fans. But it is another chance to see the exciting talents of Stephen Clements. Lazaridis prompting, he's found Berkovic. What a chance! And it's two. Eyal Berkovic gets West Ham second. Lazaridis, who set up the first, again involved. Neat little touch back inside. And Walker with no chance. Sinton. Sinton's got in round the back here, has he? Ferdinand! Tottenham are back in the game. Les Ferdinand gets his first goal for Spurs. There are 7 minutes remaining. And has the £6 million buy set up a grandstand finish. Sinton got the vital half-yard of space, and Ferdinand did the rest. So are Spurs going to rescue this one? Edinburgh launching it forward. Vega's up there. Good shot as well. McCloskey producing a brilliant flying save. Spurs desperately trying to claw it back. Vega, it was a half chance. It was a great shot. And a super save to deny Vega. Ferdinand's header back across, and Stephen Clements throwing himself at the ball. Well, they're producing chances in a desperate bid to force a draw. Ginola, they need some magic now. And that's it, the final whistle goes.
Because of World Cup matches, the Premiership was held over for 10 days. Our third match of the season was back at the Lane, and the visitors were Derby County. Ever present last season, Sol Campbell, injured against West Ham, was forced to miss this one, and after half an hour, a shoulder injury forced David Ginola to go off. Enter Jose Dominguez for his first team debut.
And this is Jose Dominguez, the Portuguese star. But Tottenham recently signed, the first sighting of him in a first-team shirt. And pass goes astray to Everson. He finds Ferdinand, now Dominguez. He's buzzing. Sees off two of them all, and he'll get a free kick for that. And it's going to be a booking for Iranio for the foul. Again, it was a burst of inspiration from Dominguez. Sinton with it, and Calderwood! Deep into injury time at the end of the first half. makes his first appearance of the season with a goal. Tottenham have the lead. Sinton with the free kick. Calder would have got a couple of yards, and it was a fabulous diving header. Dominguez with Carsley after him. Oh, that's fantastic. What a fabulous touch. Can he set something up? No, he can't. Clements. Oh, and it's come off Everson. Gone behind for a goal kick. There's Clements with the shot. But some of the skills of this man have lit up the afternoon. What a talent. Well, read by Clements and intercepted. Now Dominguez. Is he going to go for goal or will he play for time? He's going for goal. And he's gone down. It's got to be a penalty this time. It is. Jose Dominguez wins a penalty. Well done, Jose Dominguez. Again, using his pace, and it's a booking now for City match. So David Howells with the chance to wrap up the points. Mark Toom in goal, the Spurs skipper, has sadly put it over the bar.
The following day saw Jose take all the headlines. Man of the match plaudits from the surprise hacks of Fleet Street. They just witnessed the skills and confidence of our new signing as he demolished and demoralised the Derby defence, who, if they knew which way he'd gone, were too late to stop him. No such surprises for the early arrivals at White Hart Lane. Our pre-match big screen entertainment had highlighted the little fellow's skills as he teased Millwall in our reserve team fixture a few days before. Derby's defender Lee Carsley will remember that particular piece of skill. Jose will excite crowds wherever he goes, and he's not yet match fit. Our next action again comes from the lane. Is it Tottenham versus Aston Villa, or is it Ferdinand versus Collymore in a battle of the big money strikers? Les is quickly amongst the action.
And a fair effort, and just wide. Well, Les Ferdinand only had a half chance there, but it was a snapshot that fizzed past the post. It was crisply struck, and Bosnich was beaten. Ferdinand, who got off the mark against West Ham, would love to get off the mark here at White Hart Lane. Everson. This is Fox. Skipping away, here's Les Ferdinand, and Tottenham take the lead. And it was a brilliant move. Les Ferdinand opens the scoring, Rule Fox the provider, and Spurs have the lead here after just 6 minutes. Well, Rule Fox here gently weaved the ball through. It was a lovely pass. Ferdinand split the Villa defence and finished decisively. Still Villa yet to score this season. And they've gone 20 minutes, 25 minutes into this match so far, 20 minutes before half-time. Can they get the first goal now? There it is! Dwight York gets the goal that the Villa fans have been waiting for. And finally they've broken their duck. And now a corner to Aston Villa. Staunton to take it. It's an outswinger. And a chance in. Oh, and it's in! Well, Stan Collymore gets his first goal for Villa, and it was pure quality. And this is Sinton. That's a good effort! Oh, that's a fine save from Bosnich. Andy Sinton curled one. It had goal all over it. And Bosnich saves the day. Sinton. Oh, and a great effort, goal! What an equaliser that was from Les Ferdinand. A bullet of a header. You can pick that one out of the net for Mark Bosnich, because it was a quality header that. 2-2, and Ferdinand with a beauty. Well, Fox once against the provider, but Ferdinand flew in, and that's as good a header as you'll see all season. Great goal from Ferdinand, 2 apiece. Ferdinand, Fox, good chance, and he's taken it! Rule Fox finished, and this time Les Ferdinand was the provider. Well, Rule Fox has provided Les Ferdinand with 2 goals tonight, and this time it was Ferdinand who provided Fox, and he finally shows that he can finish. So many disappointing efforts, but this one was a special one for Rule Fox, and Spurs lead by 3-2. And there it is, that's the full-time whistle. 3 very, very good points for Tottenham Hotspur tonight.
Now for the London derby, and we were able to welcome back Sol Campbell, not only at Highbury but also at the Lane. This match was shown live on our big screen.
Well, Overmars will let off, Bergkamp will strike it, and now all did a good job. Winterburn. Vieira. Oh, and driven on the other side of the crossbar from Mark Overmars. And away by Stephen Clements. Well, the ball came to him initially off a deflection. He struck it superbly. Come on, yeah. Walker beaten, but Spurs get away with it. Scales goes up as well. And it's a poor free kick. Howes though might drive one! Oh, brilliant save from Seaman. David Howes, I was certain had scored there. But what a save from Seaman. It was a brilliant shot, that, from David Howes.
On the ball, it'll slip from the defender. Oh, and he pays for it. Was the scorer. And tees it up, headed down. Walsh again with a header. Is it? Goes through the minefield. Falls to Guppy. Oh, yes! Did Steve Guppy mean that or what? This 2-0 concussion, Leicester are just able to pick and choose their moments. Elliott's cross into the area, 3! So easy! Fox. First minute of the game, Tottenham Hotspur take the lead. Neil Fenn making his presence known. Well, a confidence booster for the youngster in the side, with a heavy responsibility on his shoulders, with no Armstrong or Ferdinand, and didn't he take that well? And the Spurs without the striking prominence of Armstrong, Sinton, Ferdinand, Everton, the players most likely to score goals. Neil Fenn is serving them well. Jose Dominguez. Ginola. Ginola squares it to Clements, plays it to Dominguez. Dominguez tries to turn, gets a shot in. Oh, what an excellent save by Kay. Stretched to the full by the talented little Portuguese star. Nice layoff from Clements. Complete turn from Jose Dominguez. May have taken a slight deflection, it did, which made it all the better save. Spurs playing with composure. No indications that they can improve on the 1-goal lead. Have to be careful though. McAlinden rides the challenge of Gary Mabbott. 2 in the centre, plays it to the near post. Carlisle equaliser. Andy Cousins. Well, the couple of thousand Carlisle fans who've made the journey south have some reward for their loyalty. A slight slip on the greasy service from Gary Mabbott. Perfect cross and brilliantly executed by Cousins. Jansen heads on. Aspinall spins away. Oh, yes, he scored a second. Oh, my word. 2 goals in 4 minutes to Carlisle United. And 2 beautifully taken goals. The second from Warren Aspinall on top of one from Andy Cousins. The slightest lapse in concentration and he made Spurs pay. Stretch is called for and Fenn is lying motionless, which is quite worrying. Big moment for Paul Mahon. Coming on, what is he, the 5th choice striker at the club. Mabbott to Dominguez. Scales. And the football being appreciated by the home fans. Good run from Scales. Brushes off the challenge, puts in a good cross. Balls agonisingly to Alan Nielsen. Made a good connection and the goalkeeper saved that, would you believe? Well, if he did get a touch to it, it was a magnificent save. Scales crossed it, eluded Punavacci, fell to Nielsen. And yes, the goalkeeper did get a fingertip to it. Brilliant save by Tony Cade. It's the Spurs substitute, Paul Mahon, back to Fox. Nielsen. Ginola. Good run from Fox, great turn from Fox, great goal from Fox! Oh yes! Will Fox's 2nd goal of the season, but probably the best one that he scored for a long, long time. That was a fantastic finish from Ruel Fox. Well, the defenders couldn't have had a clue what he was going to do there. A Cruyff-like turn and a Lineker-type finish. Completely misjudged by Archdeacon. Nielsen. Clements. Ginola had more touches than any other Spurs player in the second half. That's a very good touch by him. That's a very good goal for Paul Mahon. Well, when Spurs score, they're scoring spectacular goals. What is he, 4th, 5th choice striker? With goals like that, he may have just gone up the pecking order. Again, it's David Ginola, the creator of the goal. But much of the work went down to the brilliance of Paul Mahon.
But now it's back to Premiership action as Blackburn visit the Lane. The Blue and Whites have been revitalised this season under manager Roy Hodgson and came as leading goal scorers in the Premiership.
Ginola with it. Howes. Oh, what a great save from Tim Flowers. Absolutely first-class goalkeeping denies David Howells what would have been his 1st goal of the season. It was a great save. It's Clemens got in the important challenge then, and Ginola trying to send Mahorn away, and he does. Can he play Dominguez in? It was well read by Onchos. Now here's Mahorn again. Dominguez. Oh, it's a rasping left footer, and again Tim Flowers produces a top-class save. Dominguez looking for his first Tottenham goal. Very close to it then. It's another great save. Ginola's corner. Mabbutt, and off the line. Howes it was with the shot, and Valerie gets that one off the line. Ginola with the corner. Came to Howes, and my goodness.
Next, it's a trip to Bolton Wanderers, newly promoted to the Premiership and with a new ground. After 2 games in the Reebok Stadium, the crowd had yet to see a goal. That changed 20 minutes into this match.
And it's a high clearance towards Pollock. Blake controlling, turning, Beardsley back towards Nathan Blake. Is this the moment of history? Down he goes inside the penalty area. The challenge from Justin Edinburgh is deemed illegal. Bolton Wanderers have a penalty. And 200 minutes into the stadium's history, we have an opportunity for the first goal to be scored. Ian Walker jumping on the line, Alan Thompson steps up, and that is the moment of history! The first ever goal at the Reebok Stadium, and it's scored by Alan Thompson. Throw into Spurs, which is more or less parallel with the Bolton 18-yard line. Clemens takes it. Ginola currently in the mood. The cross is into the far post area, and a goal! Chris Armstrong on his return to the Spurs team has scored.
That's the police have scored, and yeah, it was good to get a result as well.
You came on against Leicester, of course, played 45 minutes there, and then it went backwards again with the slight injury you picked up.
Yeah, I did a little niggle in my groin before the Leicester game. I made it a bit worse in training on the Monday after the game, so I needed a week's rest, a week where I've missed a bit of training, so I'm just trying to get a bit of fitness back now.
Next, our visitors were Wimbledon, who, like last season, have not made the best of starts. But that's when they're at their most dangerous. Chris made his first start for over 9 months. Dominguez has got options in the middle. Jones trying to close him down, but Dominguez has gone past him, cross in, and it missed out Ferdinand at the near post, and it was Armstrong who got the shot in. It was just a little bit behind him, and as a result he couldn't keep it down. But a good early opportunity for Spurs. Dominguez, the man causing the problem down the Tottenham right. He had options early on, but he decided to take on Vinnie Jones, and the cross was a good one. Just couldn't keep it down, Chris Armstrong. Ginola will take the free kick. Chipped into the far post. It's gone behind everyone, but Vega will put it back in. Deep looking for Ferdinand. Half away by Wimbledon. Here's Clements. Dink back in again. And a chance here for Royal Fox. Must score. Hits the post. Chance for Armstrong, and the rebound is put wide. And the best chance that Tottenham have had, and certainly the closest they've come. It was a good little ball in from Stephen Clements. It was half knocked away, but it went straight to Royal Fox. His first touch wasn't the best. Ginola again, causing all sorts of problems for the Wimbledon offence. Cross has missed out everyone. Nelson just about got it through to Dominguez, who's been forced down into a blind alley here. He's done well though. And the cross finds Ferdinand. Back to cup action, and that second leg tie against Carlisle. After coming from behind at home to win 3-2, we were looking for a place in the 4th round, following a long journey to Cumbria.
A bit too far out for even Monsieur Ginola to have a go from here. So he chips in instead towards Ferdinand, and the flag was up. Well, Tony Craig is absolutely furious, and I think the referee may have given a penalty for a shove in the back on Ferdinand by Varty. It's going to be David Ginola with the spot kick against Tony Cade. What a lift this would be for Jerry Francis and the whole side. Ginola in the last minute of the first half, and it's 1-0, and that's a super penalty from the Frenchman. Well, Aspinall fell over and gifted it to John Scales, and here's Armstrong, and that's 2-0. Simplicity itself from Tottenham. Perfectly executed, and Spurs surely now are safe. Scales picked out Armstrong really well. One touch and a great finish.
From cup success in Cumbria to Premiership action on Tyneside, one of the bigger attractions in the football calendar, St James's Park was full, but Spurs fans were able to enjoy the live action at the Lane via our Jumbotron screen. And there was drama just before kick-off when John Scales sustained a calf injury during the warm-up. Jerry Francis had to reorganise his team, calling on Gary Mabbott to deputise. Reorganising the defence at such a late stage is not the best preparation, but we acquitted ourselves with credit.
Mabbott's clearance. He's got it to Armstrong. And now Ginola, who might fancy a go from here, and does, and not far away. Wanted a corner for it. Really good snap effort from the Frenchman, Thomason. Gets Bayer, and blocked out. Spurs have done that well. They still haven't cleared this particular Newcastle attack. Gets Bayer again. A much better save from Walker required that time. That was fizzing just inside his near post. And once again, he wasn't found wanting. That swerved very late as well. 3 minutes. Gets Bayer's corner. Away by Campbell. Only to Batty. Good try. Good save. Barton. It's in. With 2 minutes left. And Newcastle have the lead.
I don't know whether I got, whether I had something a knock at, in the midweek at Carlisle the week before, and whether I was carrying it into the game at Newcastle. But going out in the warm-up and running out for the start of the game to pull a muscle and pull a calf, like I did, is a bit bizarre, but very frustrating that it can happen at a stage like that. Obviously, it threw the team into a bit of confusion, and it took a time to settle down. But very frustrating to be out for another 3 weeks having come back from an injury.
Good head by Vega. A nice touch by Ginola, who's got away from two and still has it and tries to curl it. That's a great goal. What a super goal from David Ginola. He's been threatening something like that, some Spurs fans would say, all season, and he's done it now, and it was magic. Totally appreciated by the Spurs faithful, who haven't always taken to him since his move here from Newcastle, but that was terrific stuff. Just cut away from two. Another two taken out, and the perfect left foot shot. 1-0 Spurs. That's certainly woken the crowd up. And it's Rowett, and deflected, and the softest of equalisers for Derby County. Walker left completely stranded, sent the other way, and the deflection saw it harmlessly nestle in the back of the net. Well, Derby are level just 4 minutes after going behind. Rowett will want to claim it, I'm sure. Just see if we can sort it out for you. It's off his own man. I think it may have hit one shot. Sturridge. Well, he's left Calderwood for dead there. Here's Burton. Sturridge, wide to one shot. Good play from Derby. Still one shot. That's a super finish. Ian Walker never sniffed it.
But we started quite well, you know, went 1-0 up, deservedly so, and they get a goal like that, which sometimes happens, but that, not used as an excuse or whatever, but that just seems to be the way things are running at the moment, and it was an even sort of game, and obviously they went on to win, and everyone's very disappointed.
A big surprise a few hours before kick-off was the pleasing sight of long-term injury victim Darren Anderton being put through a fitness test. An even bigger surprise for our supporters came when he was named as substitute and played the final minutes. With just 10 games of the season gone, we had yet to get into our stride. We'd averaged just a point a game and had won just twice all season. Both of those wins came at White Hart Lane, and our away form was causing some concern.
Ball and getting it to work it to the left-hand side where Edinburgh had pushed on. It's a left-footed goalkeeper, Pressman. Just as well, really, in those circumstances. Dominguez, it's swerved, it's gone beyond the goalkeeper, a stroke of luck for Spurs. Well, Jerry Francis will feel that's long overdue. The somersaults from Jose Dominguez, and Pressman reflects on a basic goalkeeping mistake.
Well, that's what I talked about Andy Sinton earlier, Mark. Sometimes in a game it's worth just having a shot, no matter how far out you are. I mean, again, it's not a great clearance, but watch the way Sinton fizzes this ball out. That's a great ball to Dominguez. Thought he might have stuck it wide to Fox, but it just dips in front of the goalkeeper. It is an error. A goalkeeper I came impressed with his ability to be saving it. But just watch it, it just dips in front of him, just there. Hits him in the left elbow. Well, and Jerry Francis, as you say, will be saying that's long overdue.
Fox to put it back. Over right in there. This is Campbell.
And Armstrong! Well, Sheffield Wednesday feel that the referee could have stopped the play in their favour then. Well, there's another break.
There's no doubt that Francis Campbell's foot was way up there when he challenged at the edge of the box. Just watch it as it comes back out towards Campbell and he comes in. There's the foot, really high on. Jeff Flint is the opposite side, I'm not so sure. He gets such a good view of this. But having missed one chance only moments earlier, this one's easier because he doesn't think about it. This is instinctive. It's a turn and a hit. He knows the goals don't move. That was a high foot. It's not the best strike he's going to hit, but it might well be the most important one he hits this season.
He scuffed it into the corner of the net. And Tottenham do have this 2-goal cushion.
Jilton, blocked by Vega. Then got there first, quick thinking and quick movement. Good advantage played by Jeff Winter. Plenty of space for Ginola to gallop into. Armstrong. Vega has kept pace with the play. It comes for Ginola. Yes!
What a strike, son. What an absolute beauty. It sat there. It said to David Ginola, this is your type of chance. This is your type of opportunity. Now shows what you're made of. Shows why Jerry Francis bought you. And this is why. To be able to finish in this manner. This is a finish of pure quality. They almost blow it here. They get caught, but as it breaks here, you can't do that, you know, if you haven't got talent. You just can't.
A year this weekend since he last scored in the Premiership, equally spectacular in that 5-goal thrashing of Manchester United by Newcastle. He did score, of course, at the same end at White Hart Lane in glorious fashion in the Coca-Cola Cup on Wednesday.
Vega wanting more time than he had then. Carbone, nicely played for Briscoe.
Off the post and in from Collins.
Well, it was always going to come, Martin, if he continued to put the ball in that area. That's the third really good cross at the fizz from left to right.
Carbone. And Sheffield Wednesday attacking with Pembridge. And Edinburgh's missed it. Di Canio! 3-2.
And now everyone's looking at their watches.
Now to the South Coast and Southampton. We were expecting to build on our success over Wednesday, and Jose was soon showing his brand of magic.
Walker launches it long. Dominguez collects and turns beautifully and fires a cracking shot. And a sensational goal from Dominguez. And Tottenham have the lead. finishing skill. And a fabulous shot. Spurs with some defending to do here. Lundekvam's got in a shot, and it's gone into the net. Southampton are back level, and it just crept in. A deflection off Sol Campbell. Letitia with the corner. And Walker comes and collects confidently. And the quick bowl out to Dominguez, and a lovely bit of skill from him. And he's away. Ginola is with him. And Ginola tries the shot, and it's 2-1 to Spurs. A beautiful goal from Tottenham, end to end. A quick, flowing move, and Ginola with a deadly finish. Spurs lead 2-1. Hurst has got a couple of yards here on Campbell, and an accurate shot is squeezed in. Southampton are back level almost immediately, and David Hurst is the scorer. Letitia, and now Davis. Crowded out is he. Hurst has got a shooting chance, and he's scored again. Would you believe it? Southampton are ahead, 3-2. Robertson makes inroads. Oh, and Wallace is through. Can he finish? He can. Leeds United take the lead after 19 minutes.
Ginola. He's got Armstrong making a run left, Everson right. He might not need any of them, and he very nearly didn't. James happy to grab it at the second attempt. The closest we've come to a goal in the opening period. Give them no time at all to find a telling pass. Walker rather got away with that. Redknapp. Campbell got a foot in well. Still Jamie Redknapp though for Liverpool. And a shot, and that must be in, and is. Steve McManaman the scorer. The softest finish really. It all seemed to happen in slow motion. Liverpool looking a lot more dangerous. That was Redknapp coming forward. Now Fowler. Danger here, good save by Walker. Still not over though, and it's 2-0. 2 goals in 3 minutes. Leonardson with the second. And Spurs stretched here. Bjornaby, Fowler. That's a great goal. Jamie Redknapp's first of the season. Now Dominguez just first touch let him down. Liverpool in no hurry to do a great deal with it. Although Owen very nearly got on the end of that, and he'll score, and it's 4-0. Ball seemed to cannon back off the goalkeeper. Well, it's been that sort of afternoon for Ian Walker.
It is with deep regret that I have found it necessary to resign as manager of Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. I have been in professional football for 30 years, both as a player and manager, and although we have gone very close here at times to achieving things with an FA Cup semi-final and twice being only a couple of points away from qualifying for Europe, getting the right results, especially for a club like Spurs, has always been the priority. Our results this season have not been good enough for me, and certainly not for Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. After assessing this position, I felt it would be in the best interest of the club if I were to resign.
The following day, another press conference was held. This was the moment that Christian Gross was introduced to Fleet Street, and he did that himself.
First of all, I want to say I'm very happy to be here in London. I want to introduce myself. My name is Christian Gross, born in Zurich, Switzerland in 54. I played for a long time as player 18 years long career as player, and then I started 88 as coach. I'm happy to be here.
Christian then posed with the chairman for the media and announced that reserve team manager and former Spurs player Chris Hughton would be his first team assistant. Chris was in charge for the next match while Christian waited for his work permit. Crystal Palace visited the lane with the best away record in the Premiership.
Looks like it's Anderton lining up the shot. Kept it low. Good effort.
Yes, low-driven shot. I think Miller had it covered.
Ferdinand strong in possession again. Anderton. Needed to change direction and did so with the ball to Sinton. Everson on mark, far post, so was Ferdinand. Poor marking there by Palace.
Well, my first thoughts were that perhaps one or even two of them could have been offside, Everson or Ferdinand. The flag didn't go up, and this is the best chance of the match. Les on his left foot, 5 yards from goal.
Now Edworthy. What a terrific run down the right by Edworthy. Shipley! Brilliant goal!
I'm very happy to be here in this smaller stadium, and I'm proud also to be the first Swiss coach to be here.
Now, most Tottenham fans maybe won't know too much about you, so what can you tell them about yourself?
But that I'm very ambitious, that I love soccer, and I want to be successful with Tottenham.
The following day, Christian Gross took over the reins at Spurs Lodge training ground and began to prepare his side for the following weekend's trip to Goodison Park. Everton, like ourselves, struggling at the wrong end of the Premiership table, but we went there in no mood to be benevolent.
Ginola in the side, wasn't expected to be. Delivers a great pass. Chance for Ferdinand, and he stubs his toe at the vital moment. Les Ferdinand has an excellent record against Everton. He's scored more goals against them than any other team, 10 goals in 9 matches. But not with finishing like that. It was a nice first touch, and it was a forgettable second touch. Ferguson now to have the ball at his feet and to control it and to start a run. Can they stop him? Well, they look pretty dangerous then, and Ferguson and Campbell get into a bit of a tangle. I wouldn't like to be the man who steps in between those two. One of the few players that even Duncan Ferguson will not argue with in the Premiership. It was a long way round for the Scot. With only seconds to go to the half-time whistle, it's a sorry sight for Christian Gross, seeing his skipper hobble off the field. Sol Campbell goes off, and John Scales, former Liverpool player, returns to Merseyside as his replacement. An auspicious start for Mr. Gross. Well, the injury problems that haunted Jerry Francis before him are now beginning to haunt the new leader from Switzerland. There is Ginola. Ferdinand helped him out. Ginola went for glory and hit the side netting and hides his face in shame. Well, he certainly applied himself, despite some rumours that he was going to be sacrificed today under Christian Gross. There were rumours that Ginola in training was morose and reclusive. Well, that hasn't described his performance at Goodison Park this afternoon. Nielsen. Sinton. Ginola. Wilson. Ginola at walking pace. He's determined to dictate the pace of the game. Sinton with a more determined chip, and he had Southall somewhat worried and backpedalling vigorously. He's a man who's desperate to hang on to his #1 slot despite the signing of yet another goalkeeper. He's had a dozen pretenders to his crown over the 16 years or so. He could call himself the Everton #1. Ginola, the corner taker. Scales with a header right across the area. And that was some miss. Nothing that you can say really there to Ramon Vega, the Swiss international. Could have given his fellow countryman a wonderful welcome, but it didn't have Swiss timing. Keeping a close eye on the defender there and spotting an infringement off the ball. As Ferdinand fouled. Ramon Vega, who had arguably the best chance of the game and missed a glaring open goal, joins the attack. It's Ferdinand to Ginola. His kind of distance, Everton aware of that, so they wisely close him down. But in low and hard, and a goal for Spurs. And dare I say, Swiss timing. The Swiss international Ramon Vega scores the first goal under the new Swiss coach, Christian Gross. Or maybe that face sums up the new fighting Tottenham spirit. He's gone through a rough old afternoon and he's got a pretty simple goal which silences Goodison Park. Tyler. Speed. It's the travelling Tottenham fans who are making the noise at Goodison Park. Everton fans having to bite their tongues. Ginola. He's having a ball out there. Everton just can't stop him. Walks through the defence. Oh, what a goal by David Ginola! Any criticism of his style of play, I think that may have been stuffed in his pipe. And the first show of emotion from Christian Gross is one as he hits the roof of Goodison Park for what was a scintillating individual goal. David Ginola at his very, very best.
David Ginola.
Morose, subdued, not quite himself. Those were the reports that were coming out of the Tottenham training ground this week. Well, I can tell you, it's all a big con.
The next match was at White Hart Lane, and Chelsea were the visitors. Under Dutch player-manager Ruud Gullit, they were having a good season. But this was another game where we dominated the first half, only to succumb in the second.
Vega, this is Ferdinand. Fox to his right. Fox now. Ginola! What a save! Well, the football must have been little more than a blur to Ed de Hoy. Ginola got every ounce of his weight into that shot. It has resulted in a Tottenham corner. Ferdinand off the line by Dennis Wise of all people. Dennis Wise, arguably the smallest player on the field, has denied Les Ferdinand a goal. And would you believe Wise and Ferdinand were once classmates in West London? Vega. Di Matteo's won the ball. Zola. Blocked by Calderwood. Tottenham haven't made many mistakes, but they made one there, all right. Scales still struggling after that little instant involving Zola, and here's Zola again. Flo! Super goal! Chelsea take the lead.
2 minutes to go to half-time. Tottenham trail 1-0. Sinter with a free kick. It's 1-1. Ramon Vega's done it again. Perfect Swiss timing. Ramon Vega missed out. This is Zola. Petrescu. Nichols at the far post. It's gone in. Chelsea take the lead within 2 minutes of the start of the second half. Leboeuf. Petrescu. Oh, that's a great goal. Here's Petrescu. Flo. You just have to admire this Chelsea football. This is Flo, and what a goal. Zola has support from Dan Petrescu. Nichols is arriving. Still Zola. Nichols. It's another. Leboeuf brings it out of defence. Flo is onside. Is this his hat-trick? It is, you know. What a way for Chelsea to round off this incredible performance at White Hart Lane.
It wasn't Friday, but it was the 13th, and our luck was out again when we travelled to Highfield Road.
Will Fox finds Ginola. Now it's with Carr. Good play by Ginola, created a bit of space for him. Onto his left foot, still going David Ginola. Great save by the goalkeeper. The best bit of action so far. 27 minutes, a lovely little run by David Ginola. And it was a good save by the newcomer Magnus Hedman, making his debut this afternoon and denying Tottenham. Ferdinand runs through the centre. Les Ferdinand will need to use his pace, but well intercepted by Richard Shaw. Was alive to that, but McAllister's given it away to Carr. Good run this by Carr. He's got two players to the left of him. Oh, he's hit the post. He went on his own, and in the end, perhaps that was the right choice. And he was only denied by the post. Steve Carr so close to scoring his first ever goal for Tottenham. The keeper was beaten, and it rattled against the base of the woodwork. Flicked on by Dublin. Huckabee. Now Huckabee's away from Wilson and scores. And against the run of play, Coventry have taken the lead. Credit for Dublin, who's now the standing captain. Taking an age at the moment. Will Fox is not 10 yards away. The referee just urging Coventry to get on with it, and they do. Burrows, and it's played in towards Dublin. The shot will come in from Gary Breen. Nice first touch by Nielsen. Took Clements right out of the game. Now it's with Hall. Saltvet's in the penalty area. Now Dublin's there. Huckabee. Huckabee! Oh, it's gone in. And doesn't that just complete Tottenham's miserable afternoon? It was a fairly impressive first half performance by Tottenham, but they've collapsed somewhat in the second half, as they did last Saturday against Chelsea. 3-0 down, just playing for pride at the moment. Ferdinand's header not clear. It's 4. Oh dear, it's a nightmare for Tottenham Hotspur.
By the start of the busy Christmas programme, we had slipped into the relegation zone. 3 points behind Southampton, who were just above us. Things were looking a little bleak at White Hart Lane. The first of our matches over the busy Christmas period was at home to Premiership newcomers Barnsley. With both sides in the lower regions of the division, it was billed as a vital 6-pointer for both clubs.
It's a huge kick from Walker, headed away by Moses. Wilson just plays forward toward Andy Sinton. Sinton under pressure. Ball breaks now to Anderton. Good looking ball near side, it's Will Fox. Chance to run at the fullback. This is the first we've seen forward of Stephen Carr. Anderton plays it short. Nielsen, this is a real chance for Tottenham. Alan Nielsen has brought the Tottenham fans a very, very early Christmas present. We've played just 6 minutes at White Hart Lane, and the Dane found himself all alone. But didn't he keep his composure well? Alan Nielsen trots back with Les Ferdinand, and he knows that that could be such an important goal. Anderton provided the ammunition, and Nielsen, what confidence, he lashed it past Lars Lees, and Tottenham have the lead here after 6 minutes. Spurs 1, Barnsley 0. This is Appleby, hustled out of it by Ferdinand. Nielsen does well. Wilson keeps his cool, and Calderwood just had to hurry there, but Appleby didn't challenge. This is Stephen Carr near side. Fox, who seems to be having a free roll today, he's been popping up all over the place, Rule Fox. Ginola tries to chest it down to Nielsen. Nielsen's done really well for Tottenham. This is Les Ferdinand, hustled out of it by Eric Tinkler. This is Ferdinand, Ginola! David Ginola has scored the second goal for Tottenham inside 12 minutes. He's been in tremendous form for Spurs lately. It's his 6th goal of the season, the Frenchman. And he goes to celebrate with the Tottenham fans. He pulled it down beautifully. Nielsen won the header. He skipped inside Tinkler. The shot was low, but to be fair, Lars Lees will be very disappointed, the Barnsley keeper. But that doesn't matter to Spurs fans. David Ginola has scored the second goal of the afternoon. Good run by Darren Anderton. This is Ferdinand. Fox again picking up on the right-hand side. He's finding loads of space this afternoon, Rolf Fox. Good cross with his left, Ginola! Oh yes, he's got another one! It's the Frenchman again! And he goes to the same side of the ground! David Ginola! For Tottenham, they lead by 3-0. We've only played 19 minutes, but really so much of the credit has got to go down to Rolf Fox. What a brilliant piece of play on the right. He bent the cross in on with his left peg, and up went David Ginola. Ferdinand followed in, but he wasn't needed.
2 goals for you. The first one looked like the goalkeeper had saved it to start with.
Yeah, it's magnificent control. It's a great. No, it's just, you know, sometimes you hit the ball. Against Chelsea, the first kick it was perfect, too perfect, and the goal saved it. And this one, he wasn't perfect, and he came in the net. So, how to say, football is really bizarre, you know. But I'm very pleased with the second one because, you know, it's not every weekend that I score goals with the head, and I'm very pleased with that. I think some people in France could be very happy tomorrow.
And David Ginola has been in superb form for coach Christian. Now the fans were excited about the return of one of their favourites. Jürgen Klinsmann was back in town and had agreed to rejoin his favourite club.
It is a special place for me, and it was a special year 3 years ago, and I never forgot what happened there. I never forgot how people treated me here, how comfortable we were here, also the whole family. And the situation now is also a special situation. The Spurs is a little bit in trouble, I would say, in the championship, and the situation is difficult because of a lot of injuries. And so the contact was always there with Alan Sugar, with Gary Mabbutt especially. So I was well informed about the team. Also, was talking once in a while to Christian Gross.
Wilson kick across the ball there and hook the pass. Staunton. Campbell on Milosevic, who now darts away from Sol Campbell, and marking for Tottenham just evaporated then. Here's Milosevic, Holmore near post. Draper! A goal for Aston Villa! Headed in by Mark Draper. Sol Campbell has made his way forward. Ginola looking towards him. That's Raw Fox, great stop by Bosnich. Clements trying to follow it in, and Spurs have equalised.
Well, Colin Caldwell's running away,
claiming it.
I'm not so sure who got the touch. Bosnich is convinced handball. The referee's given the goal. Fantastic save it was from Bosnich from Fox. Unbelievable save. Clements does his bit to keep it in. Watch this for the strike. Again, they don't quite deal with the cross. That's a brilliant strike and save. Clements does his bit.
Goes Echiog. Staunton puts it towards him. And Milosevic. Grayson. Now Fernando Nelson. That's a push by Milosevic. It wasn't given. Collymore. A goal for Draper. Again, it's Draper's day, Boxing Day. Grayson. Clements. And Collymore! Well, that should be it. And Stan Collymore is in the news for the right reasons. So often, when the team's struggling, it's the goalkeeper who feels that lack of confidence. And Ian Walker's had better seasons.
Well, we now know that Jurgen got the necessary clearances to make his comeback for us in our next match just 2 days later here at White Hart Lane against the old enemy. Was it a game he particularly wanted to be involved in?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind, because that's a special game.
Jurgen abandoned his family Christmas in Italy and was ready to lead our attack in the big London derby. He was soon showing his creative talents.
4 minutes gone. Klinsmann. Clements coming in, it's a brilliant header and it's just wide. Well, that was a super header from Stephen Clements. Jurgen Klinsmann provided the ammunition, and Stephen Clements, well, it wasn't that far away. Klinsmann. Fox from Ginola. Klinsmann's got away. Oh, and he was being hounded by... here it is. Klinsmann hits a chance to goal. And Nielsen gets it. Arsenal are behind. Nielsen with a fabulous volley. Tottenham lead. Well, here's the replay and a little flick on, and Nielsen, it was a great finish, giving Seaman no chance. Corner floated to the back post, and this is Mark Overmars. Winterburn. Lots of space in the centre here. Parlour takes a deflection, 1-1. Ray Parlour, cruel deflection. Came off the Spurs man, Raymond Vega. Arsenal are level.
As always, the new year kicked off with the FA Cup third round, and we had drawn London neighbours Fulham at the Lane.
Spurs, as you would expect, enjoying most of the possession in this first 20 minutes, but a reasonable start by the second division team.
You feel the Spurs have got to get the ball as often as possible to Ginola. Every time he gets it, he looks quality.
And danger here as Clements bursts through and scores. The old man would be very proud at this moment. Stephen Clements, in his first season at this level, provides the breakthrough. Great run on ball by Dominguez.
It was. The first touch from Clements wasn't particularly good, but there was no doubt about the second touch.
Vega on the near post. Did well to get it across and turned in by Calderwood. 2-0 to Spurs. Lawrence. He's got the pace and crossing ability to cause a problem here. Great ball, great goal. Smith scores it. What a moment for him. The lad who started on the ground staff at Tottenham has come back to White Hart Lane as a Fulham player, brought his team back to life. Spurs on the counter-attack themselves now with Dominguez. Klinsmann get up for it and... oh! It's over the line, yes! Well, a bizarre goal in many ways. And the young man who scored it won't care about that, because Brady on his debut has scored with the aid of the post, and a mistake, it has to be said, by Mike Taylor. Or am I being harsh on him here, John?
Now for the current champions at Old Trafford, and in front of 55,000 fans, another Spurs debutant. Nicola Berti signed from Inter Milan, but it wasn't to be a dream debut. We had our moments in the first half with Jose Dominguez hitting the side netting and Stephen Clements' shot deflected just wide. And Espen Barton, deputising for the injured Ian Walker, was playing out of his skin. But 2 minutes before the interval, Ryan Giggs seized on a loose ball. "20 minutes after the restart, Giggs again gave Espen no chance. A long looping cross from Beckham was headed fiercely into the net to make the score 2-0. Into the new year and no sign of improvement just yet. With 22 games gone, Tottenham were in the bottom two, and relegation was becoming a possibility.
Carr, good challenge. Excellent challenge from the full-back, and now Raul Fox with Klinsmann in the middle. It's towards Klinsmann, just too high for him. And whacked away by Steve Potts. Referee says the ball's still in play here, Ginola. Can do anything from there, looking for Klinsmann! And Jurgen Klinsmann has put Tottenham ahead! His first goal since his return. A tremendous moment for the German and for the whole Spurs crowd. Just the boost they needed. We've played barely 8 minutes, and in a great London derby, Jurgen Klinsmann has turned in the cross and given Spurs the lead. That's what it means to those supporters, to see Klinsmann back and back scoring goals. It was all made by Ginola down the right. He held off the challenge of Abu. Klinsmann, in fact, it came off his thigh, I think. He won't care about that, nor will the Spurs fans. It's in the back of the West Ham net. And now can Spurs build on this superstar?
It was a marvellous assist from David Ginola. It was great, a great ball in. I was speculating on that fact that he might, brings it in, and he did. And I just got it with the stats, and it doesn't matter. It was in, and gave us a lot more confidence during the game. Then we could also do a couple of nice things, kind of nice passing. We just missed then to close down the game with the second goal, so we had to suffer until the very end of the game.
So Jurgen off the mark and 3 points towards safety. Now FA Cup action, and we face Barnsley with some confidence.
Wilson's ball towards Ferdinand. Almost came off, you could see what he was trying. No free kick, says the referee. Ginola forward towards Ferdinand with the header. And he's forced an excellent save out of David Watson. Took him completely by surprise. He was virtually on the edge of the box, Les Ferdinand. Ginola will take the corner. He takes him from both sides. And it's in there. And Spurs have scored, and it's Campbell who's done it. Sol Campbell up from the back. And Spurs ahead just before the half hour. He doesn't get too many. It's his first of the season. He was unmarked, 6 yards from goal, and he doesn't often miss from that range.
We dominated the rest of the half without increasing our advantage. Then on the hour, Neil Redfern equalised from the spot after a foul on Ashley Ward. And it was a controversial no-penalty decision that decided the tie. In the replay at Oakwell, Stephen Clements was sent off early in the second half. Mr. Ashby was adamant Stephen dived. Stephen is adamant he did not. Between those two FA Cup matches came a Premiership match at Pride Park against a Derby side yet to lose a league match in their new stadium. We got off to an encouraging start with Les Ferdinand rattling the crossbar after just 13 seconds. By half-time, however, we were a goal down. Dean Sturridge netting after 25 minutes. Hit long by Poom. Wilson let it go. Carr was the covering defender, and between them they get themselves in a mess and present Derby with the opener. Dean Sturridge has got it. And quite simply, poor defending from Tottenham. So, Derby a goal up at half-time, but Tottenham immediately on the attack as they were at the start of the first half. And they won the ball back here. It's with Sinton. That's a nice ball in, finding Klinsmann. Options are limited. He finds Fox, and that's a tremendous goal. And Tottenham doing the second half what they very nearly did in the first. Seconds into it, and they're level. Rule Fox with the equaliser, set up by some good work from Klinsmann, but the finish clinical by Fox, and it's 1-1. Rout with the cross. Tottenham half clear their lines, but not particularly well. There's Carsley. Sturridge with a little flick on. Campbell struggling to make it. Wanchop gets in, and Derby ahead for the second time.
Well, it was a fine ball in those circumstances to pick out Fox. Fox was pretty close, but couldn't intervene. Fox gets his cross in, it's over Ferdinand. Nielsen is there, and Bertie is there. And the Italian, who was at Inter with the Blackburn manager, Roy Hodgson, spoils the scene for Rovers here at Ewood Park, but it was a finely crafted goal in which Rule Fox played a major part. Nielsen got a touch, and a very effective one too, because Bertie arrived late on the scene, and having missed a chance earlier in the half, takes this one to get his first goal in the English game. Blackburn 0, Tottenham 1. The long throw from Kenner. Duff, oh, deflection and Baldson, and then the follow-up header by Ripley, and the goalkeeper's there again. Because when Duff hit the shot and it deviated away there, Baldson did brilliantly to improvise the save. Blackburn mass into the Tottenham penalty area again. Another Damien Duff corner. Baldson didn't get there. Well, off the line and back with Wilcox. Blackburn claiming that they should be level. Colin Hendry. Ginola keeping the ball and running down the clock. 2 minutes plus stoppage time to go, and we're hearing that Liverpool are behind at home to Southampton. Here's Bertie. Armstrong pulling away to the far post. Fox coming in unmarked behind him. It's Chris Armstrong! Well, Spurs have got the points now. And Armstrong, who suffered long periods of injury, as Tottenham have suffered with long lists of casualties, but this is a really happy moment all round for Spurs connections. A clean connection in the shot from Armstrong, whose 2 goals won the points here for Tottenham last season. Ginola skips away, and the spring really in the step of Spurs now. Fox embodying that. Armstrong in the middle. Look at this from Rule Fox. Oh! He wraps it up in truly magnificent manner. No more than Rule Fox personally deserves, but everyone has played their part here in a splendid Spurs success against all the odds. And they lead now by 3 goals to 0.
That 3-0 scoreline was not as big a surprise to Tottenham regulars as it seemed to the media. We proved at Blackburn that we can climb the table. Christian has been in charge for 13 matches. How does he think things have gone?
It was a period now with up and downs. We started very well with the win in Everton. But then comes the period around Christmas, the period I hadn't any striker, so I was happy and pleased that Jürgen came to Tottenham. Then was a good win against Fulham, and in the Championship things seems now to going in the right way. But I consider this defeat also in Barnsley, against Barnsley also a very hard defeat. Everything was against us in this game, so we have to be very concentrated now what happens. And this win against Blackburn last weekend was very, very important for us.
That's towards Elliott. And Heskey, and what a save. Fantastic save by Espen Bartson. It was virtually point-blank range, and Heskey must have thought he'd scored. And the Norwegian somehow clawed it away from underneath his crossbar. Awful bounce for the goalkeeper, and a wonderful stop. Schindler. Surely was obstructed. Referee said no. Schindler can't believe it, and Leicester will bring it away to Zagorakis, the Greek international. Well, that would have been it. Oh, Barca spilled it and it's in! Tony Cottee has scored for Leicester. It's got to go down as a goalkeeping mistake. The initial shot from Zagorakis, Barton couldn't hold it, and Tony Cottee's predatory instincts did the rest. That's a disaster for Spurs. Looking for Armstrong, it may run to Rolf Fox here. Rolf Fox, great save, must be, and is from Colin Calderwood, and Spurs back in it just 5 minutes after the break. They opened Leicester up, the keeper did well, he kept out the first shot, but he couldn't keep out Calderwood's rebound. It's the 4th of the season for the Scotsman, and Spurs right back in it at 1-1. Armstrong put Elliott off to start with. Fox got the better of his man. It was a decent effort, a good save, and that was easy for Colin Calderwood. Just what Spurs wanted. Curled in, and a terrific, I think, from Campbell. Wonderful save. Wonderful save by Arfaizan as Campbell went towards it with Vega. And the next thing we saw was the ball being palmed away from very close range by the goalkeeper. It was curled in by Ginola. In fact, it may have been Vega who got the header on it. They were both up. Either way, it was a brilliant save, but it's another Spurs corner. Vega beaten that time by Savage. And tamely knocked in by Carr. Goal kick.
Disappointed with just 1 point at home, it was another game where we deserved more. The following weekend, we travelled to Yorkshire to face in-form Sheffield Wednesday, who after a slow start had been revived by the arrival at Hillsborough of Ron Atkinson. The match remained all square for over half an hour. Then we failed to clear a cross from Ian Nolan, and the penalty area became a bagatelle. The ball eventually falling to Di Canio, who broke the deadlock. 4 minutes later, the sickening sight of Wednesday's Ian Nolan sustaining a double fracture of his right leg. No blame attached to Justin, as both players fully committed themselves to winning a 50-50 ball. As the final whistle approached, and with Spurs committed to attack, Chris Armstrong rattled Wednesday's left-hand post, and we knew it was not our day. The beginning of March saw a crucial six-pointer against Bolton Wanderers at White Hart Lane. Bolton just below us in the league table. Wins over West Ham and Blackburn Rovers had taken Spurs out of the bottom three, and there was a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel.
Klinsmann, Bertie, this is Stephen Carr, Chris Armstrong. A swift move, but not a secure finish.
Lovely break. Can't right to the heart of it. Two little give and goes here. He goes and joins up with Klinsmann, and then he just picks out Armstrong. I thought it just got away from Chris Armstrong. His first touch here, just a little bit, and then he was forced to rush the shot.
Ginola. Here's Wilson. Nielsen wanting it played like that. It's still Alan Nielsen. And Spurs have struck in the final minute of the first half. And Alan Nielsen, the midfield man with the eye for goal, has found the goal.
And no surprise that Clive Wilson, that left side, the one we've talked about, where he can get high up the pitch. He's the one who creates it. It's a great spot, picks him out beautifully. But what a lot of work still to do. It's all about his first touch. That's what makes the chance for Nielsen. The one touch takes it round Todd. It's not crisply hit, but I tell you what, you don't mind him bobbling in the far corner like that.
Klinsmann. Bertie. Fox turned nicely. Well, it was a venomous strike.
Well, he wouldn't hit many better than that, Will Fox. Gets into a great position. I think Brannigan must get something on this. But he hits it as sweet as you like. And that's heading into that top corner. Great strike, great save.
Next, a tough midweek fixture against George Graham's Leeds United, who were near the top of the Premiership and had their sights set on a UEFA Cup place. Once again, our failure to turn first-half dominance into goals was to prove costly. Just before the break, Leeds mounted a rare attack. Rod Wallace got away on the right. His cross was met by Harry Kewell, and we were 1 down. So no return for a good performance at Ellen Road. Now we face third-place Liverpool at White Hart Lane, and no one was going to disguise the importance of our need to capitalise on the superiority we'd often shown with no reward.
Every game is so important, and we are looking for the 3 points. I always repeated that 2 wins brings more points than 4 draws, so we are looking for the win in every game.
There's a little bit of a buzz about Tottenham at the moment in the early stages of this game. Ginola. And the cross for Klinsmann! Jürgen Klinsmann puts Tottenham into the lead. It's only his second goal in 10 games since returning for a second spell at Spurs. He could be on his way again in the summer, but he may leave behind an ultimate gift, a Premiership place for this famous club. Ginola's cross, Klinsmann's header, 1-0. And now Ginola, and it opens up for Tottenham, and it's Klinsmann again. Superb block by Friedel. Nielsen drilled it back in, and there was a red wall in the way to deny Tottenham a second goal. The giant American Friedel blocked Klinsmann's efforts with his legs. It came back out, and it looked like Nielsen was going to pierce that defence, but it was blocked again. McManaman, and that's put Michael Owen away again. Only Campbell is back there. Owen to McManaman, and surely now an equaliser for Liverpool. And it's taken this time. McManaman does what Owen failed to do moments earlier. He levels it up for Liverpool. McManaman. Carr nipped in, but Bjornaby has it. Redknapp. And Bertie for Spurs. Now Ginola. Brilliant! The flamboyant Frenchman fires in a glorious goal. And how important that goal could be in Tottenham Hotspur's fight for Premiership survival. Jamie Redknapp. Looking to put Michael Owen away, but Campbell, oh, he's going to head it into the path of McManaman, though. And McManaman has got David Thompson, the substitute, arriving. Still Thompson, and it's an overhead kick by Paul Ince, which is quite magnificent. And for the second time in the game, Liverpool have bounced back, and it's 3 in 4 matches for Paul Ince. In comes the free kick then from Ginola, and the free header from Alan Nielsen off the underside of the crossbar. And the header then goes behind. It's a corner kick though to Tottenham. The header from Bertie, but the first header was from Nielsen, and it looked like Tottenham were going to be back in front again. They were inches away from taking a 3-2 lead. Here's the resulting corner. Here's the resulting corner from Ginola, and that time it is in! Tottenham are 3-2 up, and it's a goal for Ramon Vega, the man who played under Christian Gross at Grasshoppers. May well have given Gross and Spurs 3 oh so precious points. Ginola's corner, Vega's header. It's Tottenham 3, Liverpool 2. And our Spurs heading for their first win over the Reds in 9 Premiership meetings. Klinsmann made contact. Rule Fox. It's up in the air, and Vega's there again. So is Nielsen, off the post. Brady it nearly came to, but Rob Jones nipped in. Well, that upright has denied Tottenham a 4th goal. They also hit the underside of the bar. Stephen Carr. Howells. And Friedel will come and smother. I think there will be a free kick. Ince. Over the top for Michael Owen. Borton commits himself. Oh, it hit the post, but it's in from McManaman. His 2nd of the game. Liverpool are level. McManaman at the double. And Tottenham have been pegged back for the 3rd time in the game. Owen's shot came back off the post. McManaman was waiting. Campbell up, wins the header. Ramon Vega's in there as well, so is Nielsen. And there were feet flying through the air, which given away to Rule Fox. His cross goes over the top of everybody. It's cleared by Harkness, snapped back by Carr. Straight to Bjornaby. And the full-time whistle goes. No time for Michael Owen to produce an amazing finish to an amazing game.
You know, Liverpool is a very tough team to play, and you know, 3-2. The game is finished. It's really a shame to get the goal in the last minute, and so you know, we score 3 goals and. Same problems, we got some difficulties to keep the result, and that's what happened this afternoon.
David, you've had a few months now in the job. Is it a job that has measured up to your expectations? Is it the way you thought it would be when you joined?
Well, I think that you find every day another avenue or another task, or something a little bit different that you may not have expected, but it's certainly 100% involvement in everything that's going on in the club, which is nice.
What exactly does your job entail?
Oh, it's a very difficult brief, really, because it comprises so many areas. Certainly I'm there to help and advise with the scouting. Certainly I'm there to help and advise with the academy, which is going to be very important. The staffing of the academy is important, but I shall be doing that in conjunction with Colin Murphy, who we've chosen to administer the academy. It involves keeping an eye on the medical situation at the club. I'm delighted to say that in the couple of months things are, touch wood, taking a turn for the better in terms of players recovering from fitness. But then there's a host of other areas where I'm a buffer between the board and the manager, that I have had some experience within the game as opposed to on the periphery of the game. I have been involved in the dressing room and on the training field over the years, so from time to time the board can take advice on things that are directly related. And of course, for next season there will be changes, of course. Some players' contracts are expiring. We are looking at new players. We sit down, Christian sits down with myself, with Chris Houghton, and we discuss the needs of the team and what positions, and so there's some scouting as well, but it's not a glorified scout. It's some very interesting games and looking very closely at players who might come and do a job for Tottenham.
Another new arrival that we haven't mentioned has joined the playing staff. Moussa Saïb, a £2.3 million signing from Valencia. An Algerian international of 10 years standing. He has over 80 caps for his country. The 28-year-old has a wealth of experience in Europe with Auxerre and Valencia. After 2 appearances as a substitute, he made his first start against Palace at Selhurst Park.
They let Klinsmann jump, and Bertie scores! Nicola Bertie with such a precious goal for Tottenham Hotspur. Miller just stood as the ball looped in. Very lax defending by Palace. And Christian Gross's side are in front at Selhurst Park. Nicola Bertie, who got his only other goal in a precious away win at Blackburn, sets up possibly another one here with the placement that was perfect. Header well won by Klinsmann, and Fox is away because of that. It's 3 against 2 in Tottenham's favour. Here comes Chris Armstrong! Well, the former Palace player scores a splendid goal, and it's 2-0 to Tottenham. A really pacey counter-attack. Klinsmann winning the header to get Fox away, and it was a case of playing the right ball here, and Will Fox certainly did that. And Armstrong, who looked pretty unlucky in that penalty incident before half-time, has a moment to treasure. Armstrong's pass. Spurs have got to men forward again, and it's Klinsmann put through by Saïb. 3-0. It's curtains for Crystal Palace, certainly in this match, and they may well feel for the season. Christian Gross has seen his side here turn on the style in the second half. They played pretty well in the first without too much luck. Saïb has done particularly well, and Klinsmann in the clear, calmly finishing it all off and finishing Crystal Palace off. Vega, Howells, and that's rather lax from David Howells, and Lombardo can accelerate away here. He's got Schipperley with him, and Lombardo gives Schipperley the chance, and Schipperley gets the goal, and it's David Howells' mistake that's been punished.
So with 7 games left, we were still involved in the scrap at the bottom and dropping into the danger zone and Newcastle United. But the form side on that caption are Barnsley, taking 9 points from the last 18, and we still have to play at Oakwell. But first, Everton were our visitors in yet another 6-pointer. David Ginola missed our victory at Palace. He was suspended. Would he get back in the side today?
Yes, I know that's normally you having to change anything, but he did so well before David, and we'll put him again in the squad, and he will start against 70.
Campbell. Oh,
you do feel he should be a bigger threat to the opposition goal than the record books suggest that he is, Sol Campbell. Certainly got the physique to come powering in those circumstances, but it's off target and Everton breathe again. Madar for Everton, very well taken, that's what he does so well. Tottenham caught out, Howard Kendall jubilant. Ginola, Bertie, on to Fox. Carr moving a bit more freely now, but Armstrong just turned his back as Carr played it. In goes Fox, with the type of tenacity that Tottenham need aplenty. Ginola. Can they find an equaliser just before half-time with Ginola? A piece of play that's characteristic of his work here at White Hart Lane this season. At times he clearly frustrates his fellow forwards, but when he does check in and go for goal in this fashion, well, you can see the threat he does carry. But it was inches the wrong side for David Ginola and Christian Gross. Klinsmann. Reached by Carr, not an Everton player near it. Oh, terrific effort by Klinsmann. Well, Tottenham's grand international came in then in vintage style, except that it flashed just wide of the target. Mura barely moved. Said, not sustained appeals though from Spurs or indeed from the spectators in the North Stand. Said. Flicked on for Armstrong. Vega's flick. Armstrong's goal. Signs were there that the goal was coming. And no wonder Spurs celebrate. Look at the part played by Ramon Vega. And stooping to conquer was Armstrong. Maybe a suspicion of offside, but no flag. And Tottenham, to their intense relief, are level at 1-1.
Fox. Carr outside him. Goes instead for Klinsmann. Carr. Klinsmann just wouldn't drop for him. Penalty appeal surely there. And the referee's given a corner. And the Spurs players, and I have to say, understandably, can't understand why they haven't got a penalty. It was an awkward bouncing ball. It just wouldn't come down for Klinsmann to hit it. And Michael Dewberry's challenged. Surely should have been a penalty.
No penalty given, and that tackle also forced Jurgen out of the match. Colin Calderwood taking over.
Morris. Little touch, has got Flo in here. Flo has scored for Chelsea. You could just sense it was coming. And the Blues lead by a goal to nil. Nielsen's trying to get back. Still Tor-Andre Flo. Petrescu. Diali. It's 2-0. And Spurs were caught really going forward.
2 days later, Coventry City visited White Hart Lane. They were having a good campaign. We were denied an early goal, this time by the woodwork.
Vega goes up for the set piece. This is David Ginola. Ginola, who'll face up to his former club, Newcastle, in the next home game here at White Hart Lane. Here's the cross, and the header hits the inside crossbar, and over the bar by Rule Fox. Well, what an opportunity. And when the ball came in, the crossbar saved Spurs and saved the day for Coventry. Klinsmann up there, Ferdinand there, Vega there, Bertie comes in. And a header in! What a goal! And Nicola Bertie opens the scoring. A really important goal for Tottenham. Nicola Bertie meets the header, and Tottenham have the lead, and it's a crucial goal. Nicola Bertie met David Ginola's corner, and it was a firm header, and the opening goal.
After 67 minutes 45 seconds from number 35, Nicola Bertie.
It's a goal. Dion Dublin. 1-1.
Barnsley, having looked doomed, now have the chance of survival, and it was crucial our visit to Oakwell did not end in defeat.
Offside here. Barnsley breaking forward. Bullock takes on Campbell. Beaten Campbell. Still Bullock. Redfern, and Barnsley lead. Ginola's corner. And it's off the line. Back in from Nielsen, and it's in this time. Spurs are level. It's Colin Calderwood, I think. Colin Calderwood, the centre-half, has come up and done it for Spurs within 2 minutes of the start of the second half. It's 1-1.
Fox, dummied past Pistone, and he's got the pace. Klinsmann in the centre. Ferdinand is there as well, as you would expect. Ball just kept in. Ginola. Still Ginola. Klinsmann! 1-0. Well, the foreign contingent did it. Jurgen Klinsmann gets it. And the Spurs fans celebrate a goal from Jurgen Klinsmann. Well, Ginola provided the cross, and it was a perfect one, inviting a header, and Klinsmann stole in. So once again, it's Ginola to take it, and oh, it's there, and it's Les Ferdinand who gets the goal against Newcastle. And that is such an important goal for Tottenham, and it's richly deserved. Well, that's what he thinks of it. And there's the header from Les Ferdinand that gives Tottenham a 2-goal lead and surely the 3 points.
It did. And I suppose Newcastle may have been wishing they'd held on to Fox, Ferdinand and David Ginola. Another 3 points were required the following week as we travelled to South London. Wimbledon had drawn 6 of their last 7 matches 0-0 and had not scored in nearly 7 hours of football, so a hatful of goals were not expected.
It will be a very, very difficult one because they have a physical side. They are difficult to beat, it's difficult to score against them, and we have to play with in a very intelligent way.
Ginola, bit of time here. You might fancy this, trying to curl it off the post, and Sullivan knew nothing about it at all. Anderton. Klinsmann, and it's going to fall for Ferdinand, and Spurs do have the lead just seconds after they hit the post. Les Ferdinand has made it Wimbledon 0, Spurs 1. The chip in from Anderton. Wimbledon at 6s and 7s, great header from Klinsmann, and Ferdinand was the first to react. So after afternoon. The free kick comes in. Walker, I think, just about got a hand to it. It's back in, and that's a tremendous strike. Oh, Wimbledon back in it with a goal out of absolutely nothing. Peter Fear, from about 25 yards, gave Walker no chance at all. Fear! And he scored twice in the space of 10 minutes. And Spurs, from being a goal ahead, find themselves 2-1 down. I don't think he scored more than one goal all season, Peter Fear, and he's turned things around for Wimbledon. Well, he's showing Thatcher outside, and that's the way he's going again. It's men against boys there. Decent cross, and it's in! Jurgen Klinsmann got the touch to Ginola's cross, and Spurs are level at 2-2, made by the Frenchman, converted by the German. They certainly deserve it, and the Spurs fans can celebrate again. And the predatory instincts of Klinsmann got there in front of the goalkeeper and the defender, and it's 2-2. Oh, and it's a chance here for Klinsmann. Jurgen Klinsmann! It's in! It's 3-2 Tottenham. Wimbledon made a present of it to him, and he's punished them in the best possible way for Spurs. It was an awful mistake by the Wimbledon defence. It let in Klinsmann, and that's a precision finish wide of Sullivan. Klinsmann, he can sew it up here, and he has. It's a hat-trick for Klinsmann. It's 4-2 to Tottenham, and they'll be in the Premiership next season. Ferdinand celebrates with Anderton. It was remarkable that Klinsmann, who some say shouldn't have been in the side, he's come in and got a hat-trick. Spurs fans can go wild, and the Messiah's come home. 4-2. We've still got the best part of half an hour to play here. Ferdinand. Still. Is this 4 for Klinsmann? It might be. It is! A sensational finish, and Spurs have gone mad here at Selhurst. 5-2 Tottenham, 4 for Jurgen Klinsmann, and it's raining goals at Selhurst Park. It was Ferdinand's run, the perfect pass, and that's an international class finish from Jurgen Klinsmann. Anderton. Klinsmann, lovely flick. This is Saeed. Moussa Saeed, and it's 6. It's a full half dozen for Spurs, made by Klinsmann, scored by Saeed, and it all looks so easy for Tottenham Hotspur. Spectre of relegation has been well and truly banished. Look at the flick from Klinsmann. Good first touch from Saeed, and a good left foot finish into the corner.
It finished 6-2, and our international candidates would have done their World Cup hopes no harm. Deservedly, Jurgen claims the match ball after those 4 goals, and our Premiership status is assured.
Now we are in front of our fans for the last game, so we have to finish the season in the best way we can do, and especially to say in this way thanks to the fans who have been outstanding this season.
We ended the campaign with a pressure-free game against Southampton at White Hart Lane. It was an emotional afternoon as David Howells, Jurgen Klinsmann and Gary Mabbott all said farewell to the club.
Tizier. Baldwin read it. And it's a free kick, and this is a very dangerous situation. Well, Matt Le Tissier thrives on these. I'm sure Ian Walker will know all about this opportunity. Could be Aguilastin's dad, but you'd think that Le Tissier would take this and scores. Well, Matt Le Tissier knew exactly what he was doing. See some great goals over the years, but you'll have to go a long way to see a better one than this. To North London, what a way to do it. And Bertie Volks will have loved that.
With 10 minutes of the match remaining, there was to be an even louder cheer as Gary Mabbott came off the bench.
And so for the final time, Gary Mabbott graces White Hart Lane.
Sol Campbell had no hesitation in handing across the captain's armband to the club skipper, who'd served the club for 16 years, and that service was appreciated by the Spurs fans. At the final whistle, there were tearful farewells from Gary Mabbott and, for the second time, Jurgen Klinsmann, whose 4 goals at Wimbledon helped make us safe, and the one he scored today reminded us of his scoring genius.
Ferdinand. Klinsmann!